Hello everyone. This morning I was driving the kids to school and my oldest kid wanted to talk to me about prayer, and he just had a question, and he was saying he felt like he wasn't getting much out of it, and he was wondering if he was doing something wrong or what more he could be doing. Or anyway, it just reminded me of a couple of things, and I wanted to respond to that, and I thought it would be helpful for you. Not that I know all the answers, because I just really don't. And not that I know everything about God, because I really don't either. However, I do often enjoy my prayer time, enjoy my time with the Lord. And I believe that the more I do it, the more I learn. The more we spend time with the Lord, the more we seek to know Him, the more we learn. God knows our hearts. And a lot of times I think people treat Him like everything else in this world. They think, I'll just try it and see if God works for me. And God doesn't work for people. I think that's our first mistake when it comes to trying out this God thing. God is incredible and awesome and powerful. And the more we know Him, the more we realize it's crazy that He would even spend time talking to us. So a lot of times I think people treat Him like the vending machine in the sky. Like you put in your quarter and you get out what you want. And it's not like that. Another time I think people treat Him like cafeteria Christianity, where you just kind of go through the cafeteria and you choose what you want and you put back or don't choose what you don't want, and you just kind of create a God of your own creation. And that's interesting, but it is not the God of the Bible. So it's incredible when God shows us, reveals to us who He is, and we do well to be mindful of who He says He is. And so when I read my Bible, I actually color it. I'm almost finished coloring through my entire Bible. In a few months I will be, if I stay on track, and it's been really great. But every time I get to something about God, I color it in purple so that I can see who is God, what is His character. And I know that God is incredibly gracious, incredibly loving, incredibly just. I know that He cannot live with sin. It's a big deal to Him. And I just go through and I learn different things about God. I think what honors God the most is when we believe Him. We believe Him. We believe He is who He says He is, and He can do what He says He can do. I wanted to talk a little bit about Matthew 15, 21 to 28, and I'll just read it quickly. Then Jesus went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came from that region and cried out to Him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed. He answered her not a word. And His disciples came and urged Him, saying, Send her away, for she cries out after us. But He answered and said, I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then she came and worshipped Him, saying, Lord, help me. But He answered and said, It is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. And she said, Yes, Lord. Yet even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from the master's table. Then Jesus answered and said to her, O woman, great is your faith. Let it be to you as you desire. And her daughter was healed from that very hour. I've always been really confused by that passage, and actually even in church we are going through Matthew, and the pastor was talking about it and giving some different ideas on it, and he just said this is a complicated one to explain. Like it is difficult. But Ray Bentley did such a great job in a sermon called Satan's Greatest Fear. So look that up. It's an amazing sermon. There was 2 parts to it, and I was so blessed by it. What he talks about is how this woman, it seems like Jesus is being really mean to her. And he kind of is. Like, she comes, and she's a Canaanite woman. So we know that the Canaanites were not really, they were like Baal worshippers, and sacrificed their children, and some crazy stuff was going on. And she comes to him, and she says, "Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed." So she calls him Lord. She asks that he will have mercy on her, and she knows that he's the son of David. So she knows something of the Jewish culture, that Jesus is of the line of David. So she knows something about the Messiah, and I'm not going to explain it great, because I'm just kind of looking at it and going through and remembering what Ray Bentley said about it, as well as my pastor said about it. So it sort of seems that the first time she comes in the Jewish tradition, and the second time she comes worshiping. And does Jesus honor her more when she comes worshiping than in the Jewish tradition, or what's this all about? And what Ray was saying is that a lot of times people come to God and they're like, "Hey, Lord, if you're there, I have this problem. Can you answer me right now? Can you fix it?" And a lot of times they're met with silence. And it's not like, they put their quarter in and they didn't get what they asked for from the vending machine in the sky. But this woman is different. So she comes and she gets nothing. And then she asks him, the disciples want to send her away, and Jesus is not going to send her away. But he does say, I haven't come for you. I've come for the lost sheep of Israel. When the disciples want to send her away, Jesus doesn't agree. He doesn't send her away. But he does answer her at that time and says, "I've not been sent for you. I've been sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." She doesn't give up then. At that point, she worships him, saying, "Lord, help me." And what Ray is saying is, she's not going to give up. She knows who God is. She believes, and she knows that he is love. She knows he's able to heal her daughter, and she knows that his character is to heal her daughter. His character is love, and she believes that. So even when he puts her off a couple of times, and he says, it's not good to take the children's food and throw it to the little dogs, it kind of, if you think about it, with Jesus saying this with a little bit of a smile, like, what's she going to do now? What's she going to do if I don't answer her? What is she going to do if I say, I haven't been sent for you? What is she going to do if a third time she just says, it's not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs? And apparently these are like pet dogs, and there's a whole, you can listen to this and what it means more. But if you think about it, and she comes back and she says, she's not giving up. She's coming to him even when he is silent, even when he says, "Oh, I haven't come for you. I've come for the children of Israel." And she just doesn't give up. She keeps pursuing him because she knows that he is able to, and she believes his character is going to. And he's thrilled with this. He's thrilled with her answer. So Ray is saying, he's just bringing out her faith. Does she really believe? And many people today, they might pursue God a little, but they want to get something from him. But when we continue to pursue God, and we believe that he is good, we believe that he is who he says he is, we believe that he can heal, and he can answer us and move mountains for us. When we believe and we continue to pursue, and we show that, I know I'm not going to be put off by you. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be fooled. I know who you are, and I believe that you are love, and I believe that you have something for me. And then Ray brought up about Jacob and how he wrestled with God, and he's like, I'm not going to go until you give me a blessing. And this just honors God. This, I know who you are, and I'm going to pursue it because it's worth it to me. This prayer time is worth it to me. So when we come to God in prayer, it honors him if we believe that he is going to lead us. He is going to lead in the relationship. When we bow to him, expecting him to be the Lord and us to be the servant, instead of our culture where we expect, I'm here for other people to serve me. Even God should serve me. That's very arrogant. And God knows our hearts. He knows, why are we praying? What are we looking for? So I just encourage you, if you feel like your prayer life is, God is not answering you, do you believe that that he will answer you? Do you believe that he has the best for you? Do you believe that you can trust him with your life? Do you believe that he's going to lead you in developing this relationship? Is it worth it? Or are you only putting, like, I've only got 25 cents here, and if you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna, forget that. He knows our hearts. So I encourage you to pursue the Lord, because what he has for you is amazing. What he has for you is the best. It's not going to be what you think it is. I think of the verse, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. And God has used that verse incredibly in my life. And I have seen that I didn't know what the desires of my heart would be. And what he gave me was better than I had hoped for. Harder, but better. And when we start telling God what he should do, it's not going to work really well. But pursue God and keep pursuing him. Find out who he is. Dig in. Read some books on prayer. But if you've just got 10 minutes for him and you expect him to answer you right now, expect 10 minutes worth. So he knows your heart. He knows if you really want him for who he is, or if you're really looking for a different God. He is the God that he is, and you don't get to dictate who he's going to be to you. But I will tell you from my own experience that I just want to keep going deeper and deeper, because there's so much more. And it is worth the silent times. It is worth going through. It's worth going through everything, because just the way that the things that he's done, the way that he's been present, the way that he's been close. I just encourage you to keep on seeking after God, but don't get discouraged. Do not let your feelings lead. Let that spirit lead. And if you have a desire to pursue God and to hear him speak to you, I encourage you to just have patience, submit to him, and pursue it. And I can't wait to hear what he does. You can read some of the stories of the things that he's done for me, and I'm amazed that he uses me to share his word, and people respond to it. I'm amazed every time. What a blessing, what an honor.